Hello everyone, welcome to Teju my YouTube channel. So in the last sessions we have discussed about the Coulomb force, properties of Coulomb force and vector form of Coulomb force. Now I am going to discuss about the special cases which are very important for your competitive examinations. So first we have, what if we have a dielectric slab between the charges? So what is the formula? Let's consider here. There is a charge here. Take yeah. So there is a charge here whose magnitude is q1. There is charge here whose magnitude is q2. So the Coulomb force between these two may be attractive or repulsive is given by F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 by r square. Right? What they will do is they will introduce a dielectric slab of thickness T and dielectric constant K. Thickness is T and dielectric constant K. The actual distance of separation between these two is R. Okay, R is the separation. Now, what is the formula for the effective force between these two charges? Is given by 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by this R becomes effective R, effective distance between the charges. So that is given by, we know that R should be squared because q and q2 by r square, but this length value becomes r minus t, total distance minus thickness of the what is that slab, thickness of the dielectric slab, plus t into root k, so this will be the formula that you need to use. ಸೊ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಎರಡು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಧ್ಯೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಬುಕ್ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ, ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಪೇಪರ್ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಸೊ ಆ ಪೇಪರ್ ಥಿಕ್ನೆಸ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆರ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಟಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಟೋಟಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ 1 ಸೆಂಟಿಮೀಟರ್ ಇದೆ, ಮೈನಸ್ 1 ಮಿಲಿಮೀಟರ್ ಥಿಕ್ನೆಸ್ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಸಬ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಟಿ ರೂಟ್ ಕೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಎಫೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಏರ್ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಆರ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಟಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಬೈ ಟಿ ರೂಟ್ ಕೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳೇಬೇಕು. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್, KCET ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ದೆನ್ ವೆನ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ಡ್, ಅಂದರೆ ಈಗ ಎಫ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಈಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನಲ್ ಟು q1 ಇಂಟು q2. ಅವ್ರೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಇಫ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಬಲ್ಡ್, ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಈಸ್ halved, then how will be the force change? For example, let's consider in both the cases charge is doubled, then the new force becomes 2 times q1 into 2 times q2, then the f dash becomes 4 times f. Or if charge is halved, q1 by 2 q2 by 2, force becomes new force becomes f by 4. Then when the distance between the charges is changed, so since the force is inversely proportional to r square, if distance changes, so force also changes how? Inversely. So for example, let's consider distance is halved, so new force becomes 1 divided by r divided by 2 whole square, so that will become 2 square is 4 will come up divided by r square. So if distance is halved, so new force becomes 4 times f. And then when the medium between the charges is changed, so since electrostatic force is inversely proportional to k, inversely proportional to dielectric constant, if dielectric constant value is changed, force also changes. If k decreases, force increases. If k increases, force decreases. Based on this, you can get conceptual or application based questions also. Now let us discuss about few more cases like this. Okay, so now we have two more cases. So here we have equilateral triangle and this is a square, consider like that. So this is not perfectly square, consider this is a square. Okay, consider it is a square. Now we need to calculate the force acting on any one of the charges due to other charges. Here In the equilateral triangle, let's consider the sides of the equilateral triangle is A. Equilateral triangle is A. Let's consider force acting on this charge due to these two charges. ಈ ಒಂದು ಚಾರ್ಜಿನ ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಎರಡು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇಂದ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂತ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. The force between these two charges will be repulsive because they are like charges. Repulsive force irutte alva. So repulsive force is given in this direction. How much is this? F1 anta ankoltini. Force between these two is repulsive, so it will be in this direction, that is F2. Here these two forces, if you calculate, their magnitude will be same because QQ charge is same, QQ charge is same, yes or no? A and A distance is same, so force F1 is equal to F2 is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 is Q square, Q1 into Q2, Q into Q is Q square divided by A square, divided by A square. So that is the force, this one and this one, they are same. But I need to find out the resultant force. Resultant force ಯಾವ direction ಇರುತ್ತೆ? The resultant force will be in this direction between these two. For that you need to calculate this angle. Since for equilateral triangle this angle and this angle are same, how much? 60 degree, 60 degree, 60 degree. So this is vertical opposite, theta is equal to 60 degree. Theta is equal to 60 degree. ಈಗ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು? F resultant is equal to, have you studied parallelogram law of vector addition? Yes or no? Parallelogram law of vector addition ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So according to which we can take square root of a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta, that is f1 square plus f2 square plus 2f1 f2 cos 60 degree. What is cos 60 degree? 1 by 2. So 2 and 1 by 2 get cancelled. So F resultant is given by, we know that F1 is equal to F2. Let us write it as F. F1 is F plus F2 is F. F1 into F2 is F. Square is there. Square is there. So that is 3 times F square. That is F resultant is root 3 times F. So this is your answer. This is your answer. What if I have negative charge this side? Shall we discuss about that also? Let us discuss about what if we have negative charge this side of same magnitude. Look at this. Let us consider an equilateral triangle. Okay, let's consider this is the equilateral triangle. This is Q, this is minus Q, this is Q. Now I need to find out the force acting on this charge. So plus plus repel each other, force is F. Plus minus attract each other, force is F. Force will not change it because Q into Q magnitude same, Q into Q magnitude same. Since equilateral triangle our sides are same, so force will be same. F1 is equal to F2 is equal to F1 only. But the angle varies. How much? This is 120 degree. So resultant force now will be in this direction. So theta is equal to 120 degree because this will be 60 degree. 60 plus 120 is 180 degree because this is a straight line. Now instead of cos 60 I have to write cos 120. So F resultant is given by F1 square plus F2 square plus 2 F1 F2 cos 120. Cos 120 is how much? Minus 1 by 2. Cos 120 is minus 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 get cancelled, but here we get minus sign. 2 and 1 by 2 get cancelled. So F resultant is F1 is F square, F2 is F square plus 2 F1 F2. Instead of plus, you'll get plus into minus minus F square. 1 f square get cancelled. So f resultant is f only. F square under the root is f. So f resultant is equal to magnitude of single force. So that is how we can solve this kind of questions. You can calculate f value. If the q value and a value are given, you can substitute and find it. Okay, that is about this. Now what if I have a square? Let us discuss about square also. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? Yes or no? Now if you consider a square, okay, here, okay, let's consider. Here we have the sides, all sides are equal ಅಂತ ತಗೋಣ. This is A, this is A, this is A, this is A. Okay, so ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇದೆ. I need to find out force on any one of the charges here. It will be same. It will be same only because distance is same, charges are same. Let us consider this is the charge. Force between these two, repulsive. So force between Q and Q is F1. Force between Q and Q, let us take it as F2. So first let us find the resultant force between these two. Since we know that F1 is equal to F2, F resultant ಅಥವಾ force between, let's consider this is A, point B, point C, and this is point D. Okay, force due to C and force due to A are same. Force due to C and force due to A are same. So the force between A and C, due to A and C, is given by square root of FA square plus FC square plus 2FA FC into cos, what is the angle between these two? 90 degree. Cos 90 is 0. Alva? Cos 90 is 0. So this complete thing becomes 0. Only FA square plus FA square will be there. FA, let's consider this is equal to F. So FA is F square, FB is F square. So the answer is root 2F. Root 2F. Then what about this? Here the distance will be different. What is the length of the what is this this diagonal of the square according to Pythagoras theorem? So square root of this one square plus this one square, a square plus a square is root 2a. So this distance is root 2a. So if we take that force due to B, you will get 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught, how much? Q into Q square divided by root 2a whole square. Extra root 2 square is there. So FB is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught Q square by a square divided by 2. 2 is extra. So that means this part is similar to this force, right? This force is similar to this force. So F divided by 2 also you can write. So this force, extra force, will be in this direction, repulsive force, that is FB. Resultant force FAC, I'll write FAC. FAC is in this direction. FB is also the same direction. Let us add it. So net force is given by FB or FAC plus FB. So F net is equal to FAC is how much? FAC is root 2F, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? Plus this is F by 2. Take common. Root 2 plus half into F is the answer. ಅಥವಾ F net is 2 root 2 plus 1 divided by 2 into F will be your answer. Competitive exams ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಪೆಂಡುಲಮ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಸಹ ಬರ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ವಿಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಪೆಂಡುಲಮ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ.